Bonjour, everybody. This is Tiggy Maximus with Tiggy Maximus Talks, episode 97 on YouTube, actually. Can't believe it, guys. Here in here in SoCal. If you can tell, I'm in a great part of San Diego. Um, since we're in episode 97, I just want to talk about the comedy show I went to tonight. It was a good one. I was down in the Mod Bomb Acid Vault off of Island Avenue, close to the boxing club downtown. And it was a great area to be in. And the venue itself was really nice. Decor was really nice. Um, I would say the show was pretty good. The staff was actually really nice. Emma took care of me. Uh, Reservations pretty smooth. Um, and then just going downstairs, and then you get to see the decor on your way down. You see it on the sidewall, you see it down the stairs, you see it on the top level, and honestly, it's a fun venue to be in. Um, so this is the Microdose comedy under the Dubs Comedy, run by Melissa Weisman. It's one of her birthday shows, so also it was pretty fun. Honestly, a great show she had, and she did some stand up, and she has some new material, really good stuff. Um, she had talked about uh, the Korean guy she was dancing with, and the whole 20 centimeters, and a good tie-in to her Korean trip. Um, and Yeah, she said that's how she learned the metric system. Um, I always find that to be pretty funny. Um, and then She did talked about having her puppy. Um, and then Honestly, it's always gold when she talks about the dick pic stuff. Um, and then Yeah, she kind of mixed in some new stuff, so that's actually pretty good, actually. And Honestly, she had a good set, and she's also a good host. And I would say her stand up last night was probably um 8.4 out of 10. Really good crowd work. Um, she found out that some people mostly either were single or there were some couples in the crowd, and kind of getting to know to audience. So that was actually pretty good. Crowd work is always a good thing to do, especially in a good balance, and you control the flow of the direction and pace of your set. So she did a great job. Um, so starting from her, uh, she brought up Dave Callens. Dave Callens does work at the Madhouse downtown San Diego. You'll notice him because of his kind of like spiky, kind of black blonde hair mixed in. Uh, I don't know. Maybe he's like maybe a byproduct of being hip and being cool mixed in with being kind of old, and kind of getting used to modern times. And then you know I guess in a way, just like all just blends in into one Dave Callens. Um, I think he mentioned something about his look that it was more of a um, something about a celebrity, but this is he's more of the Make a Wish version um, of the celebrity. So, um, other than that, that's my been one of the few jokes that he had or bits that were funny, and I enjoyed his set. I would say he had about an eight out of 10. Um, the next person that went up, I believe, was uh, I want to say it was Ellen Sugarman. I've seen her before. I met her. No, I've seen her before at the Don't Tell Comedy San Diego. Great set, and um, it was mostly newer material from what I last remembered, but I only remember one joke from hers from that one time. Um, I did kind of meet her at the mic drop, and then you know she was on the show, and it's kind of a good idea to see what kind of her set is these days. So um, she did mention something about Natasha Collier in passing. Um, I mean, the term pot. She's referenced the word pot because there's like I guess a gap in communication between her and Natasha. As an example, between her and Natasha's generation, I guess. Um, Ellen says that she's a little older than most comics. But she mentioned how she said the word pot, and Natasha says, "Oh, that's so cute." Um, uh, I use crystals and some other terms, even terms that I don't even know. So, and then she did talk about how she was on the streets driving, and some guy was like locked eyes with Ellen and asked Ellen if she's willing to watch him masturbate um, in the car. So she kind of came back by saying like, well, you know, uh, she said the guy is in the audience or something. So um, that's probably one of her best jokes. Overall, I thought that hers was an 8.1 out of 10. It was really good seeing her and good to talk to her a little more. And then there's the first time I'm seeing the next comic, Ellie Rickler. I keep seeing his name around. I see him on Facebook. I see him on Instagram, but I finally got to see a set of his, and it's a good idea that Melissa was able to bring him in and put him on the show. He has some funny stuff. I'm glad I got to see his set, and honestly, I thought he was like an 8.4 out of 10 for his comedy set. Uh, let's see. Um, and then there was I think it was Michael Red. Um, he went up first time seeing him do a full set, I believe. Um, he did talk about being single. Um, uh, what else? Um, he also talked about his life and um, I guess it was like love languages he talked about. So um, I would say he got some laughs, but I don't think everybody laughed at the same time. So you got some laughs during the set, but it was in parts of the crowd. Um, and Michael Red is also a referee too, so he kind of mixes his time between refereeing, officiating, and stand-up comedy. So we had a good talk about stuff, like the journey of a referee, which level that he wants to referee, and then kind of talk about the players and stuff. So plus the fact that he's a big Golden State Warriors fan, so at least the Lakers got one up on them in this playoffs. But um, honestly, he's a cool guy. For his comedy set, I would say it was about a 7 out of 10. Um, I've seen him a few times at the open mic at the Madhouse, so it's cool that he's working on his craft. Can't wait to see more of him. And then we have your headliner, Orion Levine. I've now seen him. This is my third time seeing him, actually. I think. Yeah, three, four times. Um, he headlined a show for Mikey Perry. Um, and I believe I saw him at the SoCal Funniest competition at the mic drop. I did see him for the first time at Melissa's show in PB at the Amplified Ale Brewery. I remember the conversation he had with Melissa, and I was kind of eavesdropping because I was right next to them. That he introduced himself that he was from, uh, from LA. So, so the guy is on the Late Late Show, so he's getting national exposure now, late at night, and honestly, guy's doing pretty well. So that's pretty cool though, and uh, the guy's on crutches, so he had to sit on a stool for his whole set. He did have a female. Um, I I don't know if you could call her a heckler because she wasn't really heckling him, but they were just kind of having like she volunteered her presence during the set and asking questions, and I can see that she's laughing a lot of things that Orion is saying, whether it was a joke or not, and they had a good flow to their back and forth conversations in her maybe version of mini heckling or something. So, but he had a lot of good stuff. He talked about um, his mom blocking his mom. Um, he talked about if there are any stepmothers in the crowd, show your titties. So that's like a very interesting catchphrase that he can kind of own because I don't think anyone else could say that sounds like that and make it really funny. So um, let's see. He talked about I guess ex girlfriends. Um, but yeah, he also mentioned how forever um, since the fact that his parents wanted a daughter but got him, and so his mom will forever just keep telling him, assuming, accusing him of being gay for the rest of his life.